see you shine in the night like the diamond you are.
Hello everyone! It has been a hot minute since I posted a YouTube video. I've just been doing stuff, I don't even know, just doing studenting, and I've had a lot of responsibilities this past year. But on that note, I did just randomly kind of check my YouTube page and found out that the video that I posted about UConn got about 1K views, and actually recently got a comment asking about all of the dorms and the dining halls as well. So I think I'm just gonna do a quick little video about that. This is more towards the freshmen, what the freshman dorms are, and then I'm just gonna go through all the dining halls real quick. I am not personally ranking all the dining halls in order of what's the best and what's the worst, because that's kind of just based off of preference, and if I do that, I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble by some people who are gonna be really salty with my opinions. So I'm just gonna put basically what the dining hall is for, and then maybe some pros and cons, except for ones that we kind of all agree are terrible. I think that one I'm just gonna say that it's bad. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so let's start with the dorms. The first two that I'm gonna talk about are Buckley and Shippey Hall. Those two are really close to Store Center, which is a pro that I put for them. On top of that, they're freshmen only, so only freshmen live in there, so it's a great chance to meet other freshmen. And you know, you guys are all put in this situation where you don't really have friends. Maybe UConn's a little different. If you're from Connecticut, you might know some people, but if you're not from Connecticut, or just in general, like, are not trying to hang out with your high school people from your high school, it's a great opportunity to get to meet other freshmen and stuff. Also, on top of that, Buckley has a dining hall inside of it, so it's really convenient. Okay, so cons for Buckley and Shippey. I'm kind of grouping them together because they're right next to each other, and they have a similar layout in terms of rooms and stuff. The cons are that it's far from the middle of campus. You're definitely gonna have to take like 10-15 minutes to walk to class, unless your class is really close to that side of campus. But if you're just trying to be in the middle, it's gonna take a hot minute to get there. And Buckley is just not really good. Like, the only people you'll see in Buckley dining hall are people that live in Buckley. But on that note, that could also be a good thing, because the people that you live with, you'll see them all the time, so you can always make friends. So the next ones that I'm going to talk about are the Towers residence halls. That is, there's a lot of them: Allen, Beecher, Colt, Fenwick, Hamilton, Jefferson, Keller, Kingston, Lafayette, Morgan, Sherman, Sousa, Trumbull, Vinton, Wade, and Webster. Not sure what they're named after people, I think. So pros, that's kind of the mid-tier in terms of freshman living. I think Buckley and Shippey are probably the lowest tier of freshman living, whereas Towers is really in the middle. I haven't lived there personally, but from the people that live there, I haven't heard anything negative. They always just think it's fine, like it's a good place to live. I've never heard someone be like, Towers is terrible, it's the worst. It also, the dining hall that's right next to it has decent food. It's just regular dining hall food. It's definitely not bad, and definitely a better place to be in terms of dining halls. Next, we're going to talk about Northwest. The Northwest halls are Batterson, Goodyear, Hanks, Rogers, Russell, and Terry Hall. Pros, it's probably higher tier, above Buckley, Shippey, and Towers. It's really nice inside. I've been inside of those, actually. I haven't been inside of Towers, but what I saw from Northwest is it's really cute in there, and it just gives off a really good freshman type of vibe. You know, it's not kind of a more like Buckley and Shippey. I feel like people connect more because it's not that great, if that makes sense. Whereas Northwest is more of like a just regular freshman dorm vibes. Everyone's really excited to be there. What else? It's really close to campus. Northwest is probably the closest to campus I feel like it's kind of equidistant from Worth Tower to the middle campus. So they're both the closest ones, but we'll talk about Worth Tower after. And the dining hall is good. Northwest, you'll see a lot of people there. People commonly go there, especially everyone that lives in Northwest would definitely rather go to Northwest over North. The last one that we're going to talk about is Worth Tower. Pros, I personally lived in Worth Tower and I thought it was the best thing ever. The dorms are super nice. Everything's new. It's the newest building. You get to climate control your own room, which is amazing because it's the only dorm that allows freshmen that has air conditioning. Buckley doesn't have air conditioning. Towers don't have air conditioning, and Northwest doesn't have air conditioning. So if you live in any of those areas, please, please, please bring a fan because it is hot in there. Worth Tower has a super nice innovation center. It has a 3D printer. It's really fancy in there. I don't even know. It's really nice. I went in there once for a project. It had Legos, a 3D printer, a bunch of tools to make things. It has like wood, goggles, saws, all that kind of stuff in there. So anything that you need to make, it's perfect for that. So the cons are that it's a learning community only. You have to get accepted to live into Worth Tower. I initially actually didn't get accepted into Worth Tower, and the next day got an email saying that, because I was put on the wait list, saying that someone didn't want to live there anymore, basically, or that they switched rooms, whatever they did, and I got on the list for Worth Tower. So would definitely look into that. If you're someone like me, I couldn't do the whole traditional dorm thing. If I don't have AC, I'm a cranky person, and I'm not gonna deny that. I definitely came into college a little bougie, and you know, that's just my personality. But I think in that terms, Worth Tower is probably the way to go. Now let's get into the dining halls, which I know is so exciting. Everyone's favorite. We want to know where the food is, where the good food is, at least. So these are not in any particular order. They're kind of just whatever order that I thought of them in. So Buckley, like I said before, you know, you won't catch anyone there that doesn't live in Buckley. Let's be real. It's not good. It's really small. They don't have a huge variety of food. It's really good if you want to just make like a PB&J or something. You know, it's convenience food. The only reason Buckley is there is convenience for the freshmen. South is a really popular dining hall. It's a lot of comfort food. You always find something good there. Just, I don't know if it's necessarily good for you, which is my thing of why South isn't my personal favorite, but it's definitely the most, I think, popular dining hall of them all. There's always a line to get into South. Next one is McMahon. McMahon is international food, so it's always different. It's not the same. Like the other dining halls usually have the same things in same areas, and then there's little areas that change every day. McMahon, basically everything changes except for the pizza station, which is fire, by the way. McMahon pizza is fire. And just like where the cereals are and stuff, that doesn't change. But everything else becomes different. So definitely check the menu before going there because you never know what it's gonna be. Next dining hall is Putnam. Putnam is my personal favorite, not to be biased or anything, but it's also probably the dining hall I had the most experience with, which is probably why. I like Putnam. My personal opinion is I think it's the healthiest dining hall out of all the dining halls. They have a salad bar, they have smoothies every day, they have eggs that you can customize however you want it. You can get it with vegetables, you can get it with whatever, every single day. So that's why I think Putnam's the healthiest, because of it always has a abundance of healthy food. Whether or not you actually pick that, you know, is up to your preference. I definitely didn't always pick that all the time, or always would head to the ice cream at the end of the day. Putnam is the second newest one. It got renovated recently when they were building next gen and stuff. They didn't want it to have a bad dining hall or an outdated dining hall right next to it. So it's pretty new, but it's not the newest. We'll get to the newest. North, I think we can all agree it's not great. If you're in that neck of the woods, you're just gonna go to Northwest over North. But if you're really in a rush and you don't want to deal with lines and you just want to get in and out, then go to North, I guess. But you always have to check the menu. It's not a consistently pretty good dining hall. You should check the menu before you go there. Northwest, it's good vibes in Northwest. It's a regular dining hall. I don't think there's anything specific about it. It's just kind of traditional dining hall, whatever food they have that day. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's amazing. Next one is Whitney Hall. Whitney is known as kind of the traditional dining hall, but the thing is they just renovated it. It's been a little while, but I just haven't personally gone since the renovation. So it might be different now. I hope that they still kept the fireplace and stuff, because it made it feel really comfy and really homey. And that's why a lot of people that I know would like to go there. It wasn't really about the food necessarily. Not that the food was bad, but it was more so for the atmosphere. Sorry, I ended up getting a phone call while I was talking about Whitney. Yeah, so that's Whitney. And then last but not least is Towers. Towers is also kind of like Northwest, just traditional dorm life. It's good. It's whatever. I've been there like twice. They do have kosher and halal food, which I know is really important. So that's why that one is a little more popular as well. Other than that, just normal dining hall. And then this isn't a dining hall specifically, but I did want to talk about the U, or the student union, or the union. I don't know. There's different names for it. I call it the U. The U has ramen. I personally like it. I think it's good, but it's definitely not tradition. Like, it's definitely not authentic ramen. I'm not even gonna pretend that it is. It is what it is, you know? They have pizza. The pizza's really good. It is greasy though. So after the pizza bar, they have pasta. That kind of changes. It's either chicken or sausage or something. And it has Alfredo sauce or red sauce and a garlic naan. Then right next to that station, they have salad, the salad bar. I love the salad bar personally. I think it's really good. There's nowhere else really around here to kind of get a salad customized like that. And it's good quality. I've never had anything, the lettuce has never been wilted or gross or anything like that when I've been there. Then next to the salad bar, they have soups. And it just comes with soup and a bread. Then next to that, it changes every day. It's kind of home style comfort food, and it's just whatever it is that day. Sometimes it's different every day, so that I would definitely check. And then next to that, they have the Mexican food. I mean, it's not authentic Mexican food. It's UConn, you know, but it's pretty good. That's definitely popular. I like it. I mean, if you like Chipotle, you'll probably like that. It's not that big of a difference, kind of. It's still somewhat fresh. It's just not authentic Mexican food, obviously. And then next to that, there's so many things in the U. Next to that is the cafe. I don't remember what it's called. It's one of the UConn cafes. Has coffee, bagels, scones. Get a croissant. The croissants are fire. I love the croissants. Chai tea latte is my favorite. I don't personally like coffee, so I drink the chai tea latte, and it's really good. From there, And then it used to be, so they don't have the smoothie thing in there anymore. If you want to get a smoothie, you have to go into the rec center because they moved it. So that whole area is a cafe now. Then in the U, they have Subway, some Chinese food place that they made. I have not heard anything good about it personally, so I mean, try it at your own risk. I've heard it's nothing different than the Chinese food that they offer in the dining hall, and that's doesn't cost extra money, so it's up to you. And then One Plate, Two Plate, really good, healthy, farm fresh type of things. Their chicken tenders are really good. If you want to try something from there, I would recommend the chicken tenders. They're gluten-free chicken tenders with the sweet potato fries. That's usually my go-to meal. Other than that, the U has a Dunkin', just got renovated. Haven't been inside it since it got renovated because it happened really recently. And like I said, I don't like coffee, but it's a Dunkin', has Dunkin' stuff. The C store is just snacks, kind of like a 7-Eleven. And then all the way at the end of the U is the Dairy Bar 2, which has its designated ice cream flavors of the day. They do milkshakes and popcorn and stuff. And then the last thing is the Bistro. The Bistro is actually really underrated. I went in there for the first time maybe a couple months ago, and they have like calamaris and steak. It's like a whole steak for $12, and it comes with mashed potatoes and stuff. And I got this pasta there, and it was so good. They have a whole like farm to table menu, and it's just so cheap, and you can use your points there. So it's really underrated, and I don't know, because not a lot of people go there, if it's gonna be there next year. But if it is, I honestly would recommend. And they do take out, and it's high quality food. It's really good, like it's an actual restaurant. I think it just doesn't, people don't know that, so they don't really go there. But if you have the chance, definitely go. Other than that, that's kind of all the food places on the campus itself. Obviously, Store Center has a whole different array of foods. If you guys would want to see a video about Store Center, let me know. I've lived in the Oaks on the Square for 2 years now. I'm actually going to be moving out soon into a new place just because I'm graduating soon, and I'm not going to be able to have the full year lease here at the Oaks anymore. But I've loved living in Store Center, so if you have any questions about Store Center and kind of where to get food or questions about the Oaks on the Square, just comment down below. All right, bye guys.